Hey everyone! So today on Factstorm, I wanted to introduce a true crime section. And our first is going to be a lesser known serial killer, which is going to be a series on this channel. And this lesser known serial killer is named Leonarda Cianciulli. I hope I pronounced that right. If I'm not, please let me know the comment down below. She was an Italian serial killer who was better known as the Soapmaker of Correggio. She was born April 18th, which is the same day as I was. We share a birthday. So she was born April 18th, 1894, and died October 15th, 1970. She murdered 3 women in Correggio between 1939 and 1940. And turn their bodies into soap and cookies. So now let's get into the case of Leonarda Cianciulli. So some background. She was fiercely protective of her children. She lost 13 of her 17 children before the age of 10. It was discovered that she was the culprit of killing 3 spinster women when the police came to accuse her son, Giuseppe, of murdering them. And she confessed in great detail the murders, so it was obviously her. She knew them in great detail, and as well as what she had done with the bodies. So, a little more about her. She married a registry officer clerk that her parents did not approve of. And upon her marriage, her mother cursed her, dooming her to a life of misery forevermore. That's one way to say you don't like your child's spouse, I guess. She had a string of unluckiness after that. She was imprisoned for fraud. She lost her house in an earthquake, and obviously, as I already mentioned, she lost 13 of her 17 children to miscarriage or illness in their youth. She eventually went to a fortune teller to calm her fears of this curse, which didn't work. After meeting with the fortune teller, she became extremely superstitious. So when her son came to her and told her in late 1939 that he was going to join the Italian army, she went to a fortune teller again, who had told her that the only way to keep him safe would be human sacrifice, which she obviously turned to. Cianciulli's first victim was an older woman who was considered a spinster, Faustina Setti, and she was lured in with the promise of a husband waiting for her in Pola, Italy. Cianciulli killed her, cut her body into 9 pieces, and then melted her body in a pot to make soap and tea cakes. Her next victim was Francesca Soavi, who was lured in with the promise of a job at a girls' school in Piacenza, Italy, who was obviously also killed and made into soap and cookies. Her third victim was a former opera singer named Virginia Casciopo, who was out of work and desperate. Cianciulli lured her with the promise of a job as a secretary to a mysterious theater impresario who was in Florence. And Casciopo jumped at the chance and to get back into the opera world, and was also killed. After she killed her victims, she would boil their bodies and make them into soap and cakes that she shared with her neighbors. She shared her people cakes and soap with her neighbors. Ew. After she was convicted of the murders, she wrote an autobiography in which she details recipes and tips for how to turn people into soap and cakes. Lovely. Cianciulli was found guilty of the murders in 1940 and spent her remaining years locked up in prison until 1968, where she was moved to an insane asylum where she spent the last 3 years of her life. The pot she used to melt the woman's bodies down and make into soap is on display as well as a replica of the axe she used to kill one of her victims in an Australian museum that had been converted from a jail into a museum. So yeah, I told my mom the story of this serial killer because we shared the same birthday, and I creeped her out, and she was like, yeah, that's super creepy. Why did you tell me that? So, sources are on one of the end cards, and thank you for listening to me talk about a killer. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, down below. Click the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload new videos, and subscribe to my other channels, SC and Reading.Writing.Coffee. Links down below. Thank you. Bye.